Smokey Robinson, the legendary voice behind Motown's most timeless hits, has captivated fans for decades with his silky vocals and heartfelt lyrics. But now, at 85, the music icon is facing a personal tragedy that has left fans around the world heartbroken. What makes this moment even more poignant is that Smokey, who has spent a lifetime bringing joy to millions, is now confronting a chapter of life no one can prepare for. For decades, Robinson has been synonymous with music that touches the soul, from classics like Tracks of My Tears to the countless songs he wrote for the Miracles and other Motown legends. He has lived a life filled with artistry, triumph, and the kind of acclaim most musicians only dream of. Yet, behind the spotlight, Smokey has faced deeply personal challenges, often shielded from the public eye. Now those struggles have reached a turning point. Sources close to Robinson confirm that the tragedy involves family and health complications, testing him in ways fans never imagined. Despite his resilience, the heartbreak is undeniable, a stark contrast to the uplifting melodies that have defined his career. Even in the face of sorrow, Smokey Robinson's spirit remains unbroken. Friends and colleagues describe him as stoic yet tender, a man who continues to find strength in music and in the love of those closest to him. But for fans, this is a reminder that even legends endure hardship, and that the lives behind the songs often carry stories far more complex than the melodies suggest. The world may know Smokey for his voice, but now we see the man behind it, facing a heartbreak that transcends fame, fortune, and the glimmer of the stage light at 85. Smokey Robinson has lived a life many can only dream of. Legendary career, global recognition, and a voice that has defined generations. From Motown classics like the Tracks of My Tears to the soulful songs he penned for the Miracles, Robinson's music has brought joy, comfort, and inspiration to millions. But behind the fame and applause, life has quietly placed him in the midst of a personal tragedy that fans are just beginning to understand. For years, Robinson has maintained a private life, careful to shield his family and personal struggles from public scrutiny. Yet those closest to him confirm that recent events have been deeply painful. The tragedy, sources say, involves family health complications that have weighed heavily on the soul of the Motown legend. While details are private, the impact is evident in the rare moments when Robinson is seen away from the spotlight. Quiet reflection, moments of melancholy, and a slower pace that reflects both age and emotional strain. Friends and colleagues describe Smokey as resilient, a man who has faced adversity before, but even he admits that certain challenges cannot be soothed by music alone. "Music has always been my refuge," he reportedly shared with close friends. But some pain doesn't fade with a melody. Even as he continues to record, perform, and share his artistry, the personal sorrow remains an undercurrent, a reminder that fame does not shield anyone from life's harsh realities. Throughout his career, Robinson has often drawn strength from the love of his family and the support of his fans. Yet at 85, he is confronting the delicate balance between maintaining his public presence and caring for those he loves most. The heartbreak is compounded by the inevitable limitations that come with age, as physical stamina wanes and energy must be carefully managed. Despite the sorrow, Robinson's spirit remains remarkably steadfast. Friends describe him as tender yet stoic, someone who channels his emotions into the art he has devoted his life to. Even in private, he continues to reflect on the lessons of love, family, and resilience that have shaped him, holding on to the belief that hardships, however painful, can coexist with hope. For fans, the revelation of this tragedy serves as a poignant reminder. Behind the music and the legendary career, Smokey Robinson is human. He experiences heartbreak, faces challenges, and navigates the vulnerabilities that accompany both age and life's unpredictability. And while the world has celebrated his talent for decades, it now bears witness to his courage in facing one of life's most profound trials. As Robinson continues to balance family, health, and his enduring musical legacy, the heartache is palpable, yet so is the strength. It's a stark, humbling truth. Even icons, even legends, are not immune to life's most heartbreaking chapters. For Smokey Robinson, Life at 85 is a delicate balance between maintaining the legacy he has built and facing the deeply personal challenges that have recently touched his family. While the world sees a legend whose voice has shaped generations, those closest to him know a side rarely witnessed. The quiet moments of reflection, the emotional weight of responsibility, and the vulnerability that comes with age and loss. Friends and family describe Robinson as remarkably composed. Yet these past months have tested even his famed resilience. Simple routines, a morning walk, a conversation over coffee, or a quiet afternoon at home, now carry added significance. Every moment feels heavier, a family confidant shared. But Smokey moves through it with grace, the same grace that has defined his music for decades. The tragedy has shifted his focus in subtle yet profound ways. Where once he may have spent hours perfecting a lyric or rehearsing a performance, he now prioritizes time with family, listening, supporting, and ensuring loved ones feel seen and cared for. Robinson has always spoken about the importance of love and connection in his music. But now these values are lived every day, outside the studio, away from the spotlight. Health considerations at 85 also play a role. Friends note that Robinson's energy levels are naturally lower, requiring him to pace himself. Yet, rather than letting this slow him down, he has adapted, blending rest with purpose, finding calm in routine, and cherishing the moments he can spend with those dearest to him. "Life reminds you what really matters," Robinson reportedly said to a close friend. "It's not the applause or the records. It's the people you love and the time you have together." Even in the midst of sorrow, Robinson's artistry continues to provide both solace and expression. He occasionally returns to his piano or guitar, finding in music a means to process feelings too deep for words alone. "The songs carry emotions that can't always be spoken," he said. "They help me make sense of things, even when life feels overwhelming. Public appearances, too, have taken on a new meaning." While fans eagerly anticipate glimpses of the man behind the legend, Robinson approaches each interaction with quiet dignity. Interviews, performances, and fan engagements are now colored by reflection, a gentle reminder that fame cannot erase life's personal trials. Yet he embraces these moments as opportunities to connect, to inspire, and to remind people that vulnerability and strength can coexist. Perhaps most striking is how this tragedy has reshaped Robinson's perspective on legacy. For decades, his impact was measured in hits, awards, and the voices of fans echoing his songs. Now, he recognizes that the true measure lies in family, love, and the enduring values passed on through actions rather than applause. He often speaks to younger family members, emphasizing the importance of compassion, presence, and resilience. Lessons that transcend music and touch the heart of everyday life. In quiet moments, Robinson reflects on how quickly time passes and how fleeting life can be. While the pain of the tragedy remains, it has also deepened his appreciation for each day, every conversation, and every smile shared with loved ones. Friends note that this clarity, born from heartbreak, has given him a renewed sense of purpose, not only as an artist, but as a father, grandfather, and mentor. Even at 85, Smokey Robinson's life is a testament to endurance, love, and the courage to face sorrow with dignity. The heartbreak he endures is profound, yet it illuminates the strength and humanity behind the legend, revealing a man whose legacy is measured not only in music but in the quiet, enduring love he continues to give. At 85, Smokey Robinson's life is a tapestry woven from decades of music, love, triumphs, and now profound personal heartbreak. While the world remembers him for his unmistakable voice and timeless Motown hits, the lessons he has gained from life's trials, including the current tragedy, have reshaped his perspective, revealing a depth rarely seen by the public. Robinson has always spoken about the importance of love, connection, and resilience in his music. Songs like "Ooh, Baby, Baby" and "The Tears of a Clown" were not just entertainment. They were reflections of life's highs and lows, joy and sorrow. Now, facing his own deeply personal challenges, he understands that music is not only a record of the past, but also a tool for navigating the present. When you've lived this long, he says softly, you see that music mirrors life, the happiness, the struggles, the heartbreak, and the hope. The tragedy has also given him clarity about what truly matters in life. Fame, accolades, and success, he now says, are fleeting. What endures is the love and wisdom shared with family, the lessons imparted to younger generations, and the moments of connection that cannot be measured in charts or awards. I've spent decades chasing perfection in music, he shared with close friends. But perfection isn't a note or a song. It's being there for the people you love, especially when they need you most. This realization has influenced his day-to-day life profoundly. He prioritizes spending quality time with family, engaging in conversations that are heartfelt and unhurried, and ensuring that every interaction carries meaning. Simple routines, sharing meals, telling stories, or sitting together in quiet reflection have taken on newfound significance. For Smokey, these moments are as essential as any recording studio or stage performance he has ever experienced. Robinson's reflections extend to his broader legacy as well. While he has inspired millions through music, he now emphasizes the importance of teaching lessons that go beyond entertainment. To his grandchildren and younger artists, he mentors, he stresses resilience, empathy, and the ability to find strength in vulnerability. It's not enough to be talented, he tells them. You have to be kind, present, and willing to face life's trials with courage. That's the real legacy. The tragedy he faces has also strengthened his connection to spirituality and inner reflection. Long walks, quiet contemplation, and even journaling have become daily practices, helping him process grief and maintain balance. Friends who visit note a serene quality about him, a quiet determination to carry on with dignity while honoring the emotions he feels. Even in sorrow, he radiates calm, one family member said. He shows us all how to navigate hardship with grace. Even his approach to music has subtly shifted. Where once he may have focused on performance or commercial success, he now views music as a bridge, a way to express complex emotions, heal wounds, and communicate lessons that words alone cannot convey. Every song becomes a reminder that life is fragile, fleeting, and precious. For fans, these reflections offer more than insight into Smokey Robinson's life. They reveal the human side of a legend. He is not immune to loss, heartache, or the challenges of aging. Yet, through it all, he demonstrates resilience, humility, and a profound awareness of what matters most. As the sun sets over his home, Smokey often pauses to reflect on a life lived fully. The triumphs, the heartbreaks, and the lessons learned along the way. At 85, he may face one of his most personal challenges yet, but he continues to teach, inspire, and love, proving that even in the midst of tragedy, there is wisdom, hope, and an enduring legacy that transcends time. At 85, Smokey Robinson faces life's challenges with the quiet strength and grace that have defined his extraordinary career. Yet even legends are not immune to heartbreak. The recent tragedy in his life has cast a shadow over his days, but it has also revealed the depth of his resilience, the importance of his support system, and the hopes he still holds for the future. Daily life for Smokey has changed in subtle yet profound ways. Where once he may have traveled frequently for performances, meetings, or interviews, he now spends more time close to home, focusing on family and personal well-being. Mornings are slower, filled with reflection, coffee, and quiet conversations with loved ones. Evenings are often spent in contemplation, sometimes with music playing softly in the background, old Motown records, or sometimes his own recordings, offering comfort and familiarity amid emotional turbulence. Family has become his anchor. Children, grandchildren, and close relatives gather around him more than ever, providing emotional support and companionship. They help manage daily responsibilities, from organizing meals to assisting with correspondence, while also sharing laughter and stories that lighten the weight of grief. Family is everything, Smokey reportedly told a close friend. They remind me why I keep moving forward, even on the hardest days. Friends from the music industry, too, have stepped in to offer support. Longtime collaborators and fellow Motown legends check in regularly, visiting in person or through calls and video chats. Their presence is a reminder that while fame may feel distant, the bonds formed through shared artistry are enduring. "He's shown all of us how to stay grounded," one friend said. Even with sorrow, Smokey maintains a clarity and warmth that inspires everyone around him. Even in facing this heartbreak, Smokey has not lost sight of hope. He continues to write and record, though at a gentler pace, choosing projects that feel meaningful rather than simply commercially driven. "Music has always been a part of my life," he explained. "Now it's a way to process, to heal, and to leave something lasting for those I care about." He also reflects often on legacy. Beyond awards, records, and accolades, Smokey wants his life's lessons to resonate. The importance of love, empathy, resilience, and grace under pressure. He hopes younger generations, both within his family and among his fans, will carry these lessons forward. "I want people to know that life will challenge you," he said. "But the way you face it, with kindness, patience, and courage, defines who you are, not the pain itself." Friends note that despite the sorrow, Smokey remains optimistic. He treasures quiet moments in nature, walks around his neighborhood, and time spent laughing with family. These small joys, he says, remind him that even amidst heartbreak, life still holds beauty. He also speaks openly about the importance of self-care at this stage in life, physically, mentally, and emotionally, a perspective that few people outside of his close circle fully appreciate. Though the tragedy remains deeply felt, it has also strengthened the connections in his life, sharpened his reflections, and inspired him to approach the final chapters of his journey with intention. For Smokey Robinson, age and adversity are not reasons to retreat, but opportunities to focus on what matters most: love, presence, and the wisdom he can share. As he looks toward the future, Smokey holds on to hope that his family thrives, that his music continues to inspire, and that he can live each day with grace, dignity, and love. The heartbreak he endures is undeniable, yet it underscores the remarkable courage and humanity of a man who has spent a lifetime touching hearts, and now, even in sorrow, continues to lead by example.